Can you guess which A-list couple is hanging on by a thread? They had the fame, the fortune, and the picture-perfect romance, but not every Hollywood love story survives. In 2025, whispers of cheating, control, and clashing lifestyles have fans asking, which couples are headed straight for divorce? In this video, we'll reveal 12 celebrity relationships already showing cracks, and the last two will absolutely shock you. Stick around, because the answers may not be what you expect. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. The hottest couple of 2024 turned their whirlwind romance into the world's favorite love story. She's at his football games, he's at her concerts. But here's the thing. Taylor's past relationships almost always follow the same pattern. They start with an intoxicating rush, a fairy tale glow, and then, when reality sets in, the cracks show. Think back to Joe Jonas, the 27-second breakup call, or Jake Gyllenhaal, the cozy fall romance that ended with the heartbreak immortalized in All Too Well. Or Calvin Harris, where love looked perfect on the surface but behind the scenes turned bitter over fame and control. Time after time, Taylor's relationships have burned bright and fast, leaving her to transform the wreckage into music. Psychologists call this the storybook trap, when someone falls in love with the idea of love more than the person themselves. Taylor has admitted in interviews that she dives in head first, romanticizing big gestures, only to later realize the cracks she ignored. With Travis, the early signs are there. The matching public appearances, the whirlwind holidays, the constant media circus. Fans love it, but history suggests this pace rarely lasts. Then there's the lifestyle clash. He's locked into the NFL season with brutal schedules, while she's preparing for global tours. Two careers running at full speed in different directions don't leave much room for quiet moments. And Taylor? She's always written her best songs after the heartbreak. Already, fans are whispering, if this ends, what anthem will she create? Will it be another Dear John, another All Too Well, or something even more cutting? You'll never guess which couple has cracks behind the perfect smiles. Wait until you hear this one. Beyoncé and Jay-Z. If there's one Hollywood couple that feels untouchable, it's them. A billion-dollar empire, 3 kids, music that defined generations. They've built a dynasty. But underneath the perfection, cracks have already been exposed, and in 2025, some fans believe they may finally widen. It started with Lemonade. Beyoncé's album in 2016 wasn't just music, it was a confession. Cheating, betrayal, and pain poured into every lyric. The world knew Jay-Z had been unfaithful. He admitted it later in 444, saying he nearly lost the woman he loved because of his own mistakes. They survived that storm, but experts often point out that forgiveness doesn't erase scars, it just buries them. Since then, every public appearance is scrutinized. If Beyoncé looks distant, rumors fly. If Jay-Z isn't in the crowd at one of her shows, blogs speculate about trouble at home. And while they've turned pain into art, the truth is, music doesn't always heal what's broken. Here's where psychology steps in. Couples who stay together after infidelity often face cycles of resentment even years later. Beyoncé and Jay-Z are business partners as much as spouses, and when love gets tied up with empires, splitting becomes almost impossible, but also incredibly messy. Think of custody not just of children, but of music catalogs, brands, and a global image. Some insiders whisper that Beyoncé is focused on her legacy, while Jay-Z is more invested in business deals. Different priorities, plus a past filled with betrayal, can resurface when the spotlight fades. Imagine what would happen if she poured all that into one final devastating breakup album. It could shake the industry to its core. If they were to divorce, it wouldn't just be Hollywood news. It would be global headlines, the end of a partnership bigger than music itself. What do you think? Did Beyoncé stay because of love, or because their empire's just too big to walk away from? Drop your take in the comments, and wait until you see the next couple. It's even messier. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. They were supposed to be the fairy tale that rewrote history, the royal rebel and the Hollywood actress who walked away from tradition to chase love. But now, in 2025, whispers say this storybook romance could be running out of pages. Their marriage has already endured more turbulence than most. From dramatic family feuds with the royals to the endless scrutiny of tabloids, they've built their brand on breaking away. At first, it looked like a united front: million-dollar Netflix deals, tell-all interviews, a podcast empire. But lately, fans have noticed the shift. Meghan attending red carpets solo, Harry spotted looking distant at events, projects that no longer overlap. And here's where history starts to echo. Meghan's first marriage to Hollywood producer Trevor Engelson collapsed when her career began to take off. Friends at the time claimed the distance, ambition, and spotlight pulled them apart. Now critics are asking, is the same thing happening with Harry? Psychologists often say that when a relationship forms around escaping something, in this case the palace walls and royal expectations, it can struggle once that escape is complete. Without the rebellion to bond them, are they truly aligned? Or are they slowly becoming business partners in a brand that no longer feels authentic? Insiders claim Harry misses parts of his old life, the brotherhood of the military, even flashes of family connection he's lost. Meghan, meanwhile, is rumored to be frustrated that Hollywood hasn't embraced her with the superstardom she once envisioned. If this marriage does collapse, it won't be quiet. It will be a headline-shattering divorce, the kind that overshadows everything that came before. Meghan would be cast as a twice-divorced woman who walked away from two very different men for the same reasons: ambition and incompatibility. And Harry? He risks becoming a prince without a palace and a husband without a partner. Wait until you hear the truth about this relationship. It's not what you think. Emily Blunt and John Krasinski, Hollywood sweethearts since 2010, balancing acting with parenting. They even turned their marriage into a hit movie, A Quiet Place. But insiders say mixing business with marriage often fuels tension. Imagine back-to-back shoots, creative disagreements, and months apart. History shows even strong couples in Hollywood can't always survive the grind. Will their chemistry endure, or could the spotlight become too bright? Chris Hemsworth and Elsa Pataky. They look like the perfect couple living by the beach in Australia, raising kids away from Hollywood. But rumors have swirled that Elsa sometimes feels overshadowed by Chris's megastardom, while he worries about time spent apart when filming blockbusters. With career demands pulling them in opposite directions, even paradise can feel lonely. Ryan Gosling and Eva Mendes. They've kept their love extremely private, rarely appearing together on red carpets. But secrecy isn't always security. Industry insiders whisper that long periods apart, while Ryan films back-to-back projects, have tested their bond. Eva stepped away from acting for family, but fans wonder, how long before personal sacrifices build quiet resentment? So far, we've seen couples hiding cracks behind smiles. But here's a question for you. Do you think fame makes breakups inevitable? Or can love really survive the spotlight? Comment below. We'll feature the best answers in a future video. You'll be stunned when you find out who's secretly on the edge of a breakup: Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas. When they married in 2018, the world called it a modern fairy tale. A lavish week-long wedding in India, photos that dominated headlines, and a love story that seemed like destiny. But fast forward to 2025, and whispers are growing louder. Is this global power couple built to last, or is the pressure about to break them? From the beginning, their relationship raised eyebrows. The 10-year age gap, cultural differences, and the speed of their engagement had critics saying it wouldn't survive. Nick, the youngest Jonas brother, was still carving his solo identity, while Priyanka was already a global star with Bollywood hits, Hollywood roles, and brand empires. Fans loved the idea of East meeting West, but insiders knew blending two worlds this big would come with challenges. In interviews, Nick has praised Priyanka as his rock, while she often says he brings calm to her hectic life. Yet, those close to the couple note their work schedules keep them apart for long stretches, Nick touring or working in LA, Priyanka filming across continents. Long distance may seem manageable at first, but psychologists point out that it breeds disconnection, especially when both partners thrive on being the center of attention. Then, there's the public perception. Some gossip outlets have accused Priyanka of being more invested in the brand of their marriage than the relationship itself. Others say Nick, once seen as a playboy in Hollywood, may eventually feel trapped by the image of the perfect husband. Add the relentless tabloid speculation about children, family pressures, and career competition, and the cracks could deepen. If their marriage were to end, it would be one of the most international headline-dominating divorces in years. Bollywood meets Hollywood unraveling in full view. Priyanka has said, "Love has no boundaries." But love under a microscope often struggles to breathe. Kylie Jenner and Timothée Chalamet. No one saw this one coming, the reality TV queen and the indie darling of Hollywood. At first, it looked like opposites attract. Paparazzi caught them kissing at Beyoncé's concert, spotted at award shows, and suddenly the internet exploded with Kylie memes. But here's the problem. Their worlds couldn't be more different. Kylie thrives in the Kardashian machine, beauty brands, nonstop reality drama, and curated social media perfection. Timothée? He's built his entire brand on being the serious actor, avoiding spectacle, chasing Oscars, and keeping a low-key artsy image. Fans are already divided. Some say Timothée looks uncomfortable in paparazzi shots. Others claim Kylie seems too polished for his scruffy, mysterious vibe. One viral comment even read, "He looks like he wandered into the Kardashian show by accident." Psychologists would call this a lifestyle mismatch. When two people live in radically different rhythms, it often leads to friction. Kylie is used to cameras rolling 24/7, while Timothée carefully controls when and how he's seen. That tug of war could wear them down. Then there's the history. Kylie's past relationships have been messy, with public drama, infidelity rumors, and breakups that played out in headlines. Timothée, on the other hand, has mostly avoided messy splits, until now. The contrast could make this one harder to sustain. And let's not forget the weight of fan pressure. Millions of people dissecting every glance, every smile, every red carpet pose. That kind of scrutiny can make even a solid bond start to crack. Right now, they're Hollywood's it couple, but the truth is, this pairing might burn bright and fast, before fizzling out as just another chapter in Kardashian romance history. This one will leave you questioning if Hollywood love is ever real. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. On the outside, they're the golden couple of Hollywood. Gorgeous, witty, parents to 4 kids, and they never miss a chance to poke fun at each other on social media. Fans call them relationship goals. Even Hugh Jackman has joked that their banter looks fun from the outside, but warned, don't let them fool you. They're as competitive as it gets. And that's where the cracks may start to show. Behind the humor, there's a pattern. Constant teasing, constant one-upping, always performing for an audience. Psychologists say couples who lean too heavily on humor sometimes use it as a shield, avoiding real conflict by making everything a joke. Fans in the comments have even noticed saying, they're funny, but do they ever take each other seriously? Then there's the career pressure. Ryan's massive film projects, Blake's return to acting after focusing on family, and 4 young children in the middle of it all. It's a lot, even for Hollywood's most picture-perfect pair. Rumors have swirled for years that Ryan's ambition and Blake's push for independence don't always align. And when couples start pulling in different directions, no amount of Instagram banter can glue it together. Other celebrities have admitted they wonder how the couple keeps it up. One insider once quipped, they're always on, always performing. That works on a red carpet, but can you live that way 24/7? Right now, they're still the darlings of Hollywood, but history in Tinseltown tells us this: the brighter the spotlight, the harder it is to see what's hidden behind it. If the jokes ever stop being funny, this golden couple could find themselves on a much darker list. Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem. On the surface, they're the definition of Hollywood power and elegance. Two Oscar winners, fiercely private and admired worldwide for keeping their love out of the chaos of the spotlight. But even this golden couple isn't immune to the pressures that tear apart Hollywood marriages. Their story began on the set of Jamon Jamon in 1992, though they didn't officially come together until years later while filming Vicky Cristina Barcelona in 2007. By 2010, they were married, and for over a decade, they've been held up as proof that real love can survive in showbiz. They rarely give interviews, almost never walk red carpets together, and fiercely protect their two children. But here's where the cracks might form. Extreme privacy comes at a cost. Experts point out that couples who build walls around their relationship often struggle with isolation because the pressure has nowhere to go but inward. Javier has been open about his fiery temperament, while Penelope has admitted she carries deep anxieties about family and work-life balance. When two intense personalities clash behind closed doors, the outside world may never see it until it explodes. There's also the matter of career imbalance. Bardem's recent projects haven't matched Cruz's global recognition in Parallel Mothers or her ongoing fashion partnerships. Hollywood insiders whisper that competitiveness in careers often fuels hidden resentment, especially when one partner is consistently in the spotlight more than the other. And here's the prediction. If tension grows, their divorce wouldn't just shock, it would devastate fans who believed they were one of the untouchable couples. Penelope has spoken about loyalty as the core of love, but loyalty only works if both people feel equally supported. If cracks show, this could be one of the most heartbreaking splits we've ever seen. Callum Turner and Dua Lipa. At first glance, they look like a power couple straight out of a magazine. She's the global pop superstar. He's the rising British actor with that cool, mysterious energy. Their red carpet debuts and affectionate paparazzi moments have fueled endless headlines. But behind the glam, there are already whispers that this romance could be heading for trouble. Let's start with the speed. They went public fast, and within months, rumors about engagement swirled. Fans were shocked when Dua showed off a diamond ring that jewelry experts estimated at millions of dollars. Some loved the fairy tale vibe, but others thought it felt rushed, like they're moving at lightning speed before really testing the waters. Then there's the career clash. Dua Lipa is everywhere, touring the world, dominating charts, collaborating with top names, and becoming a fashion icon. Callum, while successful in films like Fantastic Beasts and Masters of the Air, is still carving out his place. That imbalance can create pressure. When one career towers over the other, jealousy, distance, or insecurity often follow. Fans have noticed the cracks. Some comments say Dua looks all in while Callum seems more reserved. Others argue he's the calm balance she needs. But as history shows, Dua's past relationships with Anwar Hadid and Romain Gavras fell apart when schedules, distance, and lifestyle differences took over. Adding to the tension is the nonstop media circus. Every ring, every photo, every outing gets magnified into speculation about marriage or breakups. A psychologist might call this anticipatory pressure, when outside voices create expectations before the couple is ready. Right now, they're glowing on the red carpet, smiling for cameras, and looking picture perfect. But the truth, fast-track romances in Hollywood rarely last. The question isn't if, but when, this fairy tale faces its first cracks. Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster. On stage, they dazzled audiences together in Broadway's The Music Man. Their chemistry was electric, their friendship undeniable. But ever since Hugh's shocking split from Deborah Lee Furness after nearly 3 decades of marriage, whispers have circled Sutton's name. Fans online, tabloids, even some Broadway insiders have wondered, is there more between them than just a professional bond? Let's look at the timeline. Hugh and Deborah announced their divorce in 2023, just months after The Music Man's Broadway run with Sutton wrapped. The timing was enough to set rumors on fire. Photos of Hugh and Sutton laughing backstage, attending events, and praising each other in interviews fueled speculation. Hugh even called Sutton the most generous scene partner he'd ever worked with, while she described him as a dream to share the stage with. Now, Sutton herself is married to screenwriter Ted Griffin since 2014, and the two even have a daughter together. But in Hollywood, happily married doesn't always silence gossip. Fans still remember Hugh's decades-long loyalty to Deborah, which makes the sudden divorce even harder to process. Was Sutton part of the reason? Or was she simply caught in the spotlight because of her closeness to Hugh during a fragile time? Psychologists might call this transference of intimacy. When two performers spend hundreds of hours together, rehearsing, singing, and living inside an intense emotional story, those blurred lines can feel like real chemistry. Sometimes it stays on stage. Other times, it doesn't. Right now, neither Hugh nor Sutton has confirmed anything romantic. But let's be real. Hollywood history is littered with co-stars whose just friends story didn't stay that way. If Hugh is truly ready to move on after his divorce, Sutton Foster may be the first name people will never stop asking about. The next couple might shock you. No one saw trouble coming here. Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith. They've been Hollywood's most complicated couple for decades, and 2025 could finally be the year it all breaks apart. From the outside, they've stood side by side through blockbuster success, family fame, and unforgettable red carpet moments. But peel back the curtain, and the cracks have been showing for years. Remember Jada's Red Table Talk confession about her entanglement with August Alsina? That single word sent shockwaves through Hollywood and left Will visibly humiliated on camera. Fans still debate whether that was the moment their marriage truly ended. Then came the Oscars slap, Will defending Jada's honor in the most public way possible, only for it to backfire spectacularly. Careers stalled, reputations were scarred, and the question lingered. Was Will protecting his wife, or was he crumbling under years of marital strain? Insiders say the two now live mostly separate lives. Will has spoken about finding his own happiness, while Jada has admitted in interviews that they have been apart emotionally for years. They're tied together by history, children, and a brand. But how long can they keep up the performance? Psychologists call it toxic loyalty, staying together out of obligation rather than love. Fans online have already predicted divorce, saying, "It's not if, it's when." And with both of them writing memoirs, giving raw interviews, and feeding the gossip cycle, it's only a matter of time before one of them decides the story needs a different ending. If Will and Jada do split, it won't just be another Hollywood divorce, it'll be one of the biggest implosions in entertainment history. Halle Berry and Van Hunt. When Halle Berry confirmed her relationship with musician Van Hunt in 2020, fans thought she had finally found peace after a string of messy public divorces. The Oscar-winning actress even credited Van with teaching her how to love again, and their red carpet appearances showed a softness and joy she hadn't displayed in years. But as history has proven, even the calmest waters can hide undercurrents. Halle's relationship past is complicated. 3 divorces, from David Justice, Eric Benet, and Olivier Martinez, all ended in heartbreak and allegations ranging from infidelity to explosive fights. Each time she seemed hopeful about love, only to walk away with emotional scars. Psychologists often talk about patterns in relationships, and Halle's track record suggests she gravitates toward intensity that doesn't last. Van Hunt, though less famous, is an accomplished musician with a Grammy to his name. He's described Halle as his muse, and she's often posted glowing tributes to him on social media. But insiders whisper that the imbalance in fame and career demands could become a strain. Van has stayed largely out of the Hollywood spotlight, while Halle continues acting, producing, and promoting her health and wellness ventures. The question is, can their very different lifestyles truly align long-term? Some critics suggest Halle's romantic optimism may be her greatest strength and her biggest weakness. She dives into love with openness, but given her history, skeptics wonder if another heartbreak is inevitable. If this relationship were to crumble, it wouldn't just be another breakup. It would confirm the painful narrative that even Halle Berry, one of Hollywood's strongest women, still struggles to find lasting love. These couples may look strong today, but Hollywood history proves one thing: love under the spotlight is never safe. Which one do you think will fall apart first? Drop your pick in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Our next video reveals the most shocking celebrity divorces ever caught on camera.